had pigs on the island. Pigs were highly prized, and of course the whole animal was eaten. No one was there to tell them, don't eat the fat. You know, they liked the fat. They did have a carbohydrate food, the taro root, which was often prepared by fermentation, put in a hole in the ground and fermented for 2 weeks. And this young man is having a snack, which he did not get from a vending machine. He's eating a delicious, fatty sea worm. The sacred food, the food that they considered very important for men and women before conception and then during pregnancy and for growing children, was shark liver oil. And they went to great risk to hunt the shark. They had plenty of other food, but they did hunt the shark, and they would remove the livers. They put the livers inside the leathery stomach of the shark and then hung that in the trees and let the livers ferment, and the oil would drip out, and they'd get about 1 liter of oil from every liver. And this was considered very important, this fermented shark liver oil, for preparing for pregnancy, lactation, and growth. The same pattern everywhere he went. The modernized South Sea Islanders had tooth decay that caused tremendous suffering, and then the next generation, the more narrow face, the altered facial structure. And again, these are teenagers, and they don't look happy like those other photographs, do they? They look a little bit like they have a chip on their shoulder, like they're resentful. They have a sense that they've been cheated somehow. They might not be able to put this into words, but they have been cheated, as so many of our young people have been cheated. They've been cheated of their birthright of physical perfection. And that physical perfection includes mental and emotional perfection as well. This is the birthright of every child on the planet. The Creator gave us this magnificent genetic blueprint, but whether or not the body actually is built to that blueprint, that is the role of the parents and the culture and the society. And that's what we're not doing today. It's a very difficult concept for these strange people called scientists to get into their heads, that we actually have some kind of responsibility here to bring healthy children into the world. It's up to us to learn how to do it and to take the steps to do it. This photograph perfectly illustrates the difference between this is normal facial structure for every race. Everybody is a round face with naturally straight teeth. And then this is what I would call modern facial structure. The narrow face, the crowded teeth. It looks, here you can tell there's a lot of strength in the facial bones. Here it looks like the bones are kind of hanging from the skull, which is an adaptation that the body makes just to be able to survive. And these dental casts show this in a different way. These were taken by Dr. Price. This is a modern American adult. This is a primitive adult. Look at the difference in size. Here we have from the front, what you see here is beauty, strength, order. This is the natural order. What we see here is weakness, chaos, what Dr. Price called physical degeneration. And we know from animal studies that if you give animals the wrong diet, the diet that does not nourish them, and every species needs a different diet, you'll start to see this narrowing of the face. I'll just give you a little example, because we have a dairy farm, and we had to start by buying cows. What I noticed is that the cows who are born on our farm, they actually have wider heads. It's quite noticeable. But if you continue on the deficient diet, Dr. Pollinger did this with cats. In the next generation, you start to see health problems. And the next generation, you start to see really serious chronic disease. And then in the next generation, except there is no next generation, you can't go more than 3 generations on a deficient diet. And we are on our 3rd generation in this country of processed foods. And what are we seeing? We're seeing widespread infertility. So it's by some estimates, 1 couple in 3 cannot get pregnant. And we have an absolute health crisis in our young people. It gets worse with every generation. So we're in the 11th hour here, and this is what inspires so many of us.